tell us everything. Oh my god. Huh? Which floor is this? Chemistry lab. 4th floor, I think? It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, because from this angle it really reminds me of the, I think, 2nd floor actually. But I think we're coming from a specific direction that makes it look like it's the 2nd floor, but it isn't. Because I think the chemistry lab was the 4th floor, right? I think it was. Huh? It changed into a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something happen like this? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Well, is this really the 4th? Yeah, this is the 4th. This is just the other exit actually that makes us go up to the 5th floor, I believe. Yeah, because then you come up from here, and this is the chemistry lab where found Sakura and Hina most of the time. So yeah, alright. Akane is standing here. Akane is twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So...
I don't know. It's just my gut after all. She probably means the room right behind this on the other side.
It's just my gut.
Okay, it's just your gut. Your gut is actually a clock, Nekomaru. But still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. After it's being fed, of course, you know. Because if her gut is hungry, then the gut is useless. Well, not useless, but you know, it needs to. It's like it has to recharge. It just has to continuously have to have food in it. It has to be happy, and then when it is, it's an impressive gut. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Alright, so let us find. Is it me, or does this room, as far as like the amount of distortion and strange floating blocks and everything, that this room seems just more of that, like more broken down almost. Alright, we can go into the music room. So this was the one that I was thinking about, that she thought, like, this was the old control room, right? The data lab room where all the monitors are and stuff. But alright, music room is open, let's go there. What the hell is that floating thing? What? Looks like a tombstone. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Monument. Is there anything else? The piano is there, a hologram. Let's first look at the quote-unquote normal things. It's a very nice looking grand piano. It might be very valuable. Ibuki might have been able to play this. Oh no! Please don't bring up the people that we're missing so dearly. The background is the surveillance camera. Alright, let's start with the monument. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? And below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different, but it could be there are multiple. Well, okay, we only know like but I'm assuming before that, you know, the Hope's Peak Academy probably has quite a long history before the events of Danganronpa 1 and 2. And after Danganronpa 1, I guess Makoto and everyone, you know, the 6 survivors, they are still called they are still graduated from Hope's Peak Academy, right? So I feel like there are just quite a few number of graduates from Hope's Peak Academy, and I just feel like, you know, some people just chose a different path in life. Some people chose the path of hope. Some people chose to chose the path of despair, and because of their talents and the position that they get into after they graduate, they're pretty much guaranteed like a high-end job, you know, a very influential job or something, you know. So I just feel like some of them just chose a different path, and they're now, all of the graduates are perhaps now clashing or something, you know. They're just they're on opposite ends of the battle, hope versus despair, and now just competing, fighting against each other. I don't know. And at the moment, as far as we know, despair seems to be kicking Hope's butt, but I think our goal is to try and put an end to that, right? Monokuma, he completely made it up. No, that's not true. It's actually funny that, like, okay, I can still understand his skepticism about Monokuma's words, but it's actually funny that he said he wouldn't be surprised about the fact that he teleports between floors whenever he exits a room, but he still finds it questionable that Monokuma said that everything that we find in here is not a lie. Because I would find it more understandable that if I just read something and don't understand it, then it's just like, okay, I'm missing so much knowledge to tie everything together to a point where it does make sense for me, that I know what Monokuma is talking about. Like, if someone in this position that tells me that it's the truth, you're kind of forced to believe it, right? If you don't believe it, I feel like you're actually at a bigger disadvantage. Because all that you're being given, at least in Hajime's position, like in our position, we've played Danganronpa 1, we know what happened there, right? But for Hajime, considering he doesn't know about that, everything that he's given, it's all new information, right? So I feel like it's just better to at least accept it rather than just try and deny and think like that's not true. I can understand, like, he's obviously, I mean, you know, you can have such a thing as information overload as well, and it just sounds so incredibly insane that it's just sort of hard to process, hard to believe that it's true. I think that's probably more the part that he just doesn't believe Monokuma. It's just really hard to sort of believe when all of this you're being told for the very first time, you know? Especially all of this, you know? I feel like in Danganronpa 1 we were getting it in bits and pieces, but here it's just like boom, everything at once almost. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Oshima rallying them. In worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. So this, at first I thought it was without, if we just look back a bit, at first I thought they were talking about the initial survivors like the one of Danganronpa 1, but this seems to be about us, about the survivors of Danganronpa 2. Because, yeah, I can't believe that the group can go far without Junko and Oshima rallying them. But that makes it seem like, you know, the survivors of it are like on the side of Junko and Oshima. In worst case scenario, but this is exactly the opposite again. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. And then the fact that it says prevent a repeat, you know, it only means that it's happened before Danganronpa 1, so yeah. Also, if there are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins and haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. Oh god, so this was a plan. Yeah. Regardless of, like, you know, whether Jabberwock Island, it seems like it's been moved, I feel like. But there was definitely, remember in some points, I'm not sure when exactly in Danganronpa 2, But it was mentioned that there was a research facility. I think it's actually chapter 2 when we were in the library with Sonia, that there actually was the research facility present on Jabberwock Island, but it was at the place where the statue was, and which then changed into the Monokuma alarm time bomb thingy, you know. But okay, so that thing was definitely real. Yeah, it seems like it definitely is some sort of big elaborate plan that happened maybe even way before. Preparations have been completed, yeah. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Oh god. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Yeah, because at first, before it mentioned Junko Enoshima and the repeat of Killing School Life, I thought like, hey, what? I thought it was about the main cast of Danganronpa 1, and then I thought like, wait, what? There were 16 students there, 2 of which were traitors, you know, quote-unquote traitors, because, well, there were 15 to begin with. Junko was one of them who was in disguise, as she's the ultimate despair, and the other person, the sister of her, who we actually never saw, but in total there were 16. So I was like, This made me think a little bit, but it turned out to not be about them, so it doesn't really matter. Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us. Oh, I actually didn't think about that. But, I mean, Chiaki could be part of the Future Foundation while still having gone to Hope's Peak Academy, having been a student there. But, what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. Oh, I've been trying to, I might have mentioned it at some points that like perhaps different dimensions or something crossing. I don't fucking know, but you know that the thing about that, if that actually turns out to be the case and we have to talk about it, it just makes things so much more complicated, you know, because you gotta talk on all these different levels of multiple worlds and universes but. Oh god, I hope that's just Hajime thinking that it sounds like that and it's not actually the case. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Hope, the Academy survivors. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima and are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? Oh, you know, Hajime. The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There was no way that's the research facility, unless, or, I don't, could it be that the quote-unquote Killing School Life was just, you know, it was done for research? It could be that? Maybe? I mean, if that is indeed the only thing, I thought there was like a separate building, you know, on like the, what is it called? The central island of everything? And that was where the statue used to be, you know? I thought they were talking about that when they mentioned the research facility. But it could actually also mean that just quote-unquote Hope's Peak Academy, the ancient ruin, that is the research facility, and then everything that happened in Danganronpa 1 is just, that is the research, that sick fucks, I don't know who. I mean, it could make sense, because, you know, people are actually watching it, you know? Usually when you're conducting research on humans or other things, you're monitoring them, right? Like you have cameras to keep watch over people and stuff like that, to see exactly what's happening, so you can rewatch the footage if necessary and stuff like that. So it could be possible that everything in Danganronpa 1 was just a research, or done for research, and the facility was Hope's Peak Academy. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Indeed there is. Well, let's try and find a new room on the 4th floor. So that was the music room. Data lab, damn it, nope. Bathrooms, usually not that interesting. Alright, chemistry lab, I think. Damn it, nope. The office, ooh. We talk with, let's try it again. I definitely feel like, yeah, okay. Alright, so the office. I feel like the most important part that we found here was actually that picture, remember? What? Our names are on that board. List of subjects. Oh, fuck me. This feels different from a classroom. Maybe. Why are the flowers pixelated like we're in fucking Minecraft? It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher's vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that. Well, more importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. I mean, now the fact that one thing that could, I mean, this room looks in a much worse state than what it was in before, right? When we last visited this place. But I don't know, it just looks really strange to me that these flowers are really pixelated. Let's find the Monokuma first. But
huh?
The thing that I was maybe thinking.
Are you serious?
I am. I'm always serious. I never joke around. But the thing was, right? I mean, it could just be. I think I was maybe partly thinking it, because I feel like at some point in chapter 2, when we found the ancient ruin, it was sort of mentioned that it didn't, that, like, you know, that the island of Jabberwock Island was like, that those islands were recreated or something like that, you know, because there's a huge organization with a lot of power that could possibly be capable of like recreating these islands. So it could also be that this is just a recreation of Hope's Peak Academy, you know. That's a possibility as well, I guess. Let's check around first. Flowers on top of the desk? Plus, they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? I'm trying to like find anything that we've already looked at before, so we can get to the new stuff after that, but apparently everything else here is new. Alright, let's check the board first, the blackboard. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? Why is it actually called a blackboard, considering they're usually always green? Yeah, my schools, they were usually always green too, whenever we had them before. Green or sometimes white. No, white actually doesn't make a lot of sense. Those are usually the ones where you didn't write with chalk on, but with markers. But alright, let's see, list of subjects. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. Why is that? I feel like it's a bit strange to me that like that they're like grouped in this strange way, 3x3, and then Chiaki is separate with an actual news article here as well, you know? Alright, so the only thing we can look at is... Oh, what? What is the name I see underneath there? An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says... Izuru Kamakura, Hope Peaks Academy's founder. That old man is Izuru and he's the founder? The founder of Hope's Peak Academy. And his name is Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it. Another mystery. What the heck, Grandpa? Got a newspaper here. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. What is this newspaper? Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, are there really two different Hiyoko Sayonjis that do traditional dancing? No. I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. That's true, she actually does... That is true. When I looked at her face, she had a more mature face. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But this photo, in this newspaper, in a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
Huh?
Oh my god. Because the thing was, right, Hiyoko, she had to have been the same age as us because otherwise we wouldn't be in the same class to begin with, right? It's pretty much confirmed. I mean, it's kind of like, is it exactly? I don't know exactly, you know? Because in college, you don't have to be exactly the same age as everyone else either. Like in high school, you kind of have to be unless someone has held back a grade. Then they're... But the age difference is not that big usually, right? Unless they could be like an advanced student as well that's just too smart that they just fly through all of the grades. But those are exceptions, you know? In general, you're always pretty much around the same age of the same person. But Hiyoko looked a lot younger than us, but I'm almost certain she must have just been the same age as all of us, or at least in the same age range. Not to the point where if, let's say we're all 18, Hiyoko looks like she's 12, if not younger, you know? But on that picture, she definitely looks like our age, if not perhaps a little bit older, like more adult, in the early 20s maybe or something. But yeah, definitely much more mature. So what the hell is with that? And that is a picture from her, which seems to be, you know, before all of this. Because it seems like it was just a picture where she's on stage or something. So what the heck? What is the Hiyoko then that we know, that we got to know on Jabberwock Island? Is that just like a younger version of her? But how? How would that actually happen? What? Things are going... Fuck, it's gonna be really fucking complicated. Well, not necessarily complicated, but just so many... I guess the best word to just sum it up with is mindfuckery. I don't know. Huh? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No. It says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same name and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name?
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man...
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong!
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative. Nah, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like that. Yeah, otherwise Kazuichi would have perved all over her. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead, or is she? That's the part we gotta question now, right? It's either the part that we gotta question whether the people here are really dead, or did this really take place at the, you know, how long ago that we think it did? And that Hiyoko is actually just really alive, and then boom, sudden growth spurts in the last 1 or 2 years or something. I don't know. God damn it. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. I feel like even I am getting like an information overload almost, you know? There's so many things to think about, and most of which are just, you know, it's fun for me to think about all these theories, but now I'm like starting to theorize about a theory, and just, you know, it gets really complicated.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Oh. Is that a reference to something, you know, that white is his good side and black is his evil side? And today he's feeling white? Because that's the thing I've always kind of wondered, you know? I'm pretty sure, oh fuck, I forgot about it. I'm pretty sure there was a reason behind it, and it was revealed at the end of Danganronpa 1, but I don't really remember exactly. But there was a reason for why he's the way that he is, right? Wasn't it maybe because of the twins, that they were twins? It might have been that, but I just feel like there has to be. That was one of the things I kind of thought about, you know, because it's quite of a kind of an, you know, obvious thing that you see about Monokuma immediately is that he looks like two halves, and he says today. I don't know if that's a hint or not, or it just doesn't mean anything, but it could maybe refer to that.
Well, regardless, all the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth?
If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper. My god. This is gonna be one heck of a class trial.
Is he really saying that this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why? Why does this even exist?
Hey!
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there?
Huh? I mean, they could have all just done experiments of us, and this is also a part of the experiment. I don't know. Or the research.
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right?
Are you trying to say that they experimented on Hiyoko and they somehow found, you know how the beauty researchers or whatever, they're trying to find, you know, the cure, not cure to aging or something, but you know, something to reverse the aging process, and they actually managed to do something like that on Hiyoko to the point where her aging process got not reversed, but like, you know, it actually went back to like 6 years ago or something. I don't fucking know. But she actually got younger, you know? Is that what you're trying to say, Kazuichi?
Did that experiment change Hyoko's body? Ah! What am I saying? Just saying out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment?
If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
It better not have anything to do with time travel.
I hope so too. Because once we, you know, even without thinking about time travel, it's already fucking complicated. If we gotta add time travel to the equation too, oh my god, the number of possibilities just like increases by, I almost want to say tenfold, but that's probably not enough. Alright, so I think that's everything here. List of subjects, the grandpa. So let's name this one. Was there anything else? Oh, we read the flower. Another floating message. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. It looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. It's the continuation? Or the reply, maybe. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko and Oshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. So I feel like Junko represented this sort of ideology of despair or something, you know? And even kind of like after her death, those remnants still lingered within other people. So, you know, I just feel like other people picked up the hole that Junko left after she died, and just people continued on from there. That makes the most sense to me. But indeed, they're still extremely dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko and Oshima. I mean, it's kind of similar, you know, how they thought, like, with terrorism, oh, Bin Laden is dead. It's not that people thought it would be over, but you know, just because the leader is dead doesn't mean that it's not going to be someone to sort of replace them or to pick up the slack that's been left once that person dies. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. And for this reason, the remnants of despair must be discovered, or must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way we'd be forgiving them that easily. Despair High School? Remnants of despair.
Okay, with this, you've totally erased all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You can now go on to the next stage.
Yay, I think. Next stage? I feel like we're going in like reverse. We're now going to be on the 3rd floor? Yeah, 3rd floor, okay. Damn it! Not again! The hallway is different from the last time. I guess when the flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. That's what you said last time too, but you still did it for some reason. Alright, 3rd floor. Let's try and find out. I don't think there wasn't much on this side, right? Oh, there's the physics lab. Alright, I remember that. Alright, from this side, yeah. Then we got the art room or something, wasn't it? Yeah, art room is here, which is unavailable as well. Then we'll probably... What was it? The lounge room? Was it... What the fuck are these windows? There were never any fucking real windows. At least not without being barred up. The rec room, that's what it was called, yeah. Let's go to the rec room. Oh no, we're Sakura died. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, a floating billiard table, with the balls floating as well, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. Alright, the first thing I want to check out. All the fucking Monokuma bottles are still... Wait, were they all... Fuck, I forgot. God damn it. There was one for every single piece, right? I'm pretty sure... Okay, they're not here. They're not all here. The Monokuma bottles are still here, but they're not all here. I'm pretty sure of that. There weren't 4, and you can see clear holes in there as well. Yeah, okay. Thank God. Thank God. Alright, anything else? Floating that, floating that. Billiard table's not interesting. This chair? Sofa's apparently interesting. The dartboard. And then we got the magazine. This is not important. Nor is that. Alright, let's start with the sofa. It's a nice, firm-looking leather sofa. It looks like it'd be comfortable for anyone to sleep. Don't say that! Sleep for eternity? There's a dartboard. But this is still a school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? That was here before too, right? I think it was. I actually never noticed it. Because I feel like back then, when we first entered the rec room, it's not something we could click on and investigate, interact with, like we can now. So that is a bit weird, actually. But I don't know, it seems to fit the interior and the decor pretty well. So I think it was just there all along, even Danganronpa 1, and I just never noticed it. Magazines. There's a lot of different magazines here. Fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computer, travel. I know, for every single one of the ultimate students back then, right? There's even a magazine about cameras. Mahiro would have been happy to see this. Oh god. Right, I think 2 things to sort of check out here. Yeah, let's start with the file on the table. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy seal on it. Confidential file. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma's responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan, huh? For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. But with birth, do they just mean, develop, create, or actual childbirth? Probably not, right? This wasn't just, let's bring all the talented and hopeful students here, and let's have them mate with each other so we can have a baby. That is the true hope. I don't think that was the case. I mean, otherwise Izuru, who looks like a grandpa, right? I mean, there's a contradiction there, so it could be that the name was just, I don't know, or he is Benjamin Button and he's born as a grandpa, I don't fucking know, but, I don't think it's the first one where I call, like, they're mating here and hoping to birth a baby, like the new reincarnation of the ultimate hope. But I feel like it's just, they were just researching all the other students that they recruited here for Hope's Peak Academy, researching them, probably experimenting on them as well, and then trying to use that information to create that true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? True hope. So the Hope Cultivation Plan. Let's read this hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. God damn it. So it is actually true. I feel like the fact that they say we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school, that's Makoto and stuff, right? The main cast. But he says we are the same age as them, so we came to this school at the same time, right? That must be, otherwise we wouldn't be the same age. But to entrust them to the survivors... Does this really confirm that the survivors of the Killing School Life are also Future Foundation then? I wanna say yes. I really wanna say yes. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter. We have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Remnants of Despair has been updated. The Academy Survivors has been updated. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? And I feel like that's the goal from the very start, right? If you just think back at the very beginning, that was their whole goal, and then just Monokuma intercepted. Yeah. So that actually was right. Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime! If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse!
It's your fault! What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's email. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can even do that? Whoever is controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no!
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. It seems like AnimeCon had a big effect on me, because for some reason I read anyway as anime, but fuck. But there's no way that's important. This true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. So I think that's it for this room. Alright, let's confirm once more. Yep. Alright, let's leave. What room has opened up now? The second... Oh, you're fuck. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. The second floor, not only different hallway, but it's fucking upside down. I'm pretty much used to it by now. But even so... What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. Oh my god, am I really going to have to be navigating through here? Oh my god, upside down. At least only the building is upside down. Everything else, like, this is not as bad. It's not like we are upside down, you know? Our view is upside down as well. Alright, Akane is standing here. Despite the heavy distortion, I could make out that it was her. It's close. It's very close. Someone is coming. Akane is twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely really close. At least, that's what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see. My gut feeling is...
Well,
they're both. Oh, God.
Yo!
He's right. They're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details. It's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Okay, there was nothing in this hallway. It's really... Nah, I guess it's not that hard to kind of make out. This was where the library was. And that was actually pretty much it, right? That's pretty much all there was to the second floor. So yeah, library. At least this is not upside down. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. What did he leave? Nothing there, only this hologram. The door we cannot click on yet. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's email. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. The Future Foundation 14th Division Makoto Naegi? What? What do you mean exactly by 14th Division? Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Oh. So Makoto and everyone, they must have had a reason for it, right? They must have had a reason for it. Unless they just got infected by despair or something too. I couldn't find a better word for it, but corrupted by despair, I don't know. So it seems like Makoto and everyone was part, because okay, so all of the emails are in chronological order, right? It's just in the events, like it's not like, oh, the first email that we saw is actually the fourth in the order from how we, it's all in the correct order, right, in how we see them. So they were given it, I think this is actually before we were handed over, right, all 15 students of us that the other people that are emailing to Makoto are, or at least that from the Future Foundation, you know, they retrieved us, they handed us over to Makoto and everyone else, the survivors. And it seems once that has happened, or after that happened, for some reason Makoto and stuff committed an act of treason. Now what exactly is that? Maybe they think that, a thing could be, right, is that they all set up this plan on Jabberwock Island, and that then Monokuma started fucking things up right there on the island. And maybe they thought Makoto and everyone were responsible for that, and they think, oh, that's the act of treason. Could be that, or it's just an entirely different act of treason. Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. But who are the remnants of despair? Now, was that actually us? Or did Makoto and the other survivors like break out remnants of despair that were being held captive at the Future Foundation headquarters? But I feel like if that is the case, regardless of who exactly they are referring to with the remnants of despair in this particular email, right? Regardless of who it is, Makoto, they gotta have a good reason for it. They just have to. I mean, it could be as simple as just, you know, finding out that, or just as simple as being corrupted or whatever, you know. But I want to believe that there's like a bigger reason behind it. Maybe they found out some information that just totally made them change their mind about what was happening, about everything that was happening. Because the thing is, right, it's so it's very clear how they're trying to say things, right? They're trying to make like the Future Foundation is the good, is the people that we are to believe are the good guys, and the Ultimate Despair are the bad guys. But I feel like it's not, even though they are called in this specific way that makes us think like, oh, these are clearly the good guys, these are clearly the bad guys. But I'm so confused as to who is exactly who, because I don't think necessarily the Future Foundation are necessarily the good guys here, and I'm even doubting the fact that the Ultimate Despair are the bad guys now. I feel like it's actually not that clear as they want to make it seem, which is probably intentional as well, definitely, from the writing perspective, right? But god damn it. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. This is... They talk very similarly as Nagito, though. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. Makoto! But he's with the Future Foundation, right? I think not anymore. Then why was he protecting or trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he Betray the Future Foundation? Oh, what? I'm actually getting so giddy and excited. As well as being confused, of course. There's nothing else here? There's nothing else here. Alright, let's exit. I'm surprised Monokuma didn't show up. First floor? No, not first floor yet. Did something else open up? I mean, there was a classroom here. That's not... Was there something in the back here? Oh, there was? Oh, that wasn't a classroom? I guess I just only went here once and it was never relevant after that fact? After the exploration part? Huh. This is the... What? Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school, and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. The heck? Monokuma, sneaky, sneaky.
No.
Yes. Alright, there's only one thing we can find, which is this tablet PC. This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power is on too. And a magazine of Junko on there as well. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World Program. Neo World Program? This word, Neo World, that was mentioned before too. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. Simulator? The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software to develop the Neo World Program. Individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Pronounced Chihiro, right? The Ultimate Neurologist and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World Program. This really, what was it? Wasn't it a particular movie that I saw? Wasn't it like I think it was Kingsman, right? I think it was Kingsman indeed, where like the person tried to sort of take over the world or like brainwash these people, use these people as like his not robots but like just his army, like it's just his foot soldiers, and he did it through I'm not exactly, people who saw the movie probably remember, but my bad memory doesn't exactly remember, but it was something with the phone. Something with the phone. Maybe they like downloaded a specific app or program or whatever, and just whenever he activated it, those people would be under his control. This kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Okay, VR is coming into play. Virtual reality. Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Okay. So rather than just, I think, what was it? Hajime kind of said something like they're talking from a different world, but it could be that it's just, that because that makes a lot of sense, right? If you look at it from, well, just kind of the outside, or at least while we're inside here, right? It kind of makes sense if now that you hear it, that it's a virtual world. It definitely looks like it, and that the virtual world is crumbling. The thing that it kind of, now this reminds me of another fucking movie, Avatar, where it's just like what was exactly happening? I think he was just asleep inside that chamber or pod or whatever, but it's like they kind of have to save this virtual world in order to actually save the real world as well. Or they have to accomplish something in this virtual world to save the real world. I don't know what the fact that it can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. But that's sort of the dangerous thing, right? That has been, I'm not sure. It's definitely, I don't think it's been, no, it's not been mentioned in this game because it's not about virtual reality, but just about in other things in general when it was covered in, I think it was other games or something. But like if you're spending too much time in a virtual world to the point where you actually spend more time in the virtual world than in the real world, like, you know, what actually, I feel like the lines of what is actually reality and what is virtual becomes very blurry in a sense as well. Like you kind of, it becomes hard to differentiate the two between them, and therefore you can think like something that happens in the virtual world is like something that actually happened in the real world as well. But therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Yeah, because it can be used for, well, world domination almost, or something like that. At least something far more non-healing. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Total personality destruction. Wow. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? Is that what we were in this entire time? It would make sense. A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. I mean, it doesn't necessarily, I feel like only the people in Danganronpa 2 were in a virtual world, in this virtual world. That would make a lot of sense why the Jabberwock Island isn't like the real Jabberwock Island, you know? And why they were actually, why they were able, or why Monokuma was able to make like a lot of altercations to it, or, you know, alter things here and there, and why suddenly it feels like it's distorting, maybe because something from the outside world is affecting the virtual world. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now, it's all disappeared until all I feel is, don't say it, despair. I screamed loudly, as if it was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character out.
Oh, I'm coming, baby. Me and you are gonna have a sex scene, Monokuma. Okay, I did not say that.
Now then, despair is waiting for you.
I'm sorry, romance scene. PG-13, baby. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. I mean, I do think there are, like, it's partly made up. A lot of things are made up, but I feel like the sort of simulation or the world that they're exposed to a certain degree is largely based on reality, you know? Kind of. Made up? Including me too? No, I feel like maybe I don't think Hajime is like, I mean, a virtually created character like this wouldn't be able to, unless, you know, it could be that technology has just improved to this degree where it actually feels like a virtually created character is actually very human-like. But I think it just makes much more sense that Hajime is like in a pod or something, or he's wearing fucking virtual reality glasses, or, you know, has the Vive on top of his head, or the Oculus Rift or whatever, you know. That just makes much more sense to me. rather than him being a fictional or virtually created character inside a virtual world. I mean, it could be true, maybe, but I don't know. Holy shit, man. The thing is, like, it is. I actually find it strange that I didn't think about this, considering that our surroundings makes it very kind of not obvious. I wouldn't say very obvious, but just once again, once you see it, and once it's first, like virtual world. Oh, of course, that's why, you know. That's why all this is like crumbling, distorting. You see the fucking, like, we're entering the Matrix and shit.
Hey, how you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip?
Aw, Monokuma is too cool for school that he spells school with a K.
By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning?
Oh my fucking god. This typing is so... You know, it reminds me when I was fucking 13 on MSN and thought I was cool by, you know, capitalizing one letter inside the entire word, or, you know, placing random capital letters, using 3 instead of E and stuff like that. Oh my god. Like, I don't use the word cringe-worthy a lot, or cringe in general, but me personally thinking back about that back then, you know, really does make me cringe about myself, because it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe I thought that was cool back then. And especially seeing it back now, oh fuck. I mean, you know, if you... I actually don't have a lot of posts or whatever from Facebook or whatever, but I'm pretty sure if most of us would look back on, like, posts that we made on Facebook or any form of social media, if you actually were active in it quite a lot, from like 5 years ago, if not longer, you'll probably feel at least a little bit of shame, or like, what the fuck was I thinking? But yeah, that's just called personal growth after, you know, years. It just happens, man. It happens to everyone.
From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it.
No. Okay, thank god. This hallway, oh my god. We're back. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance. But... What do you mean you don't see a resemblance? There's a gym here. Oh my god, it is really hard to navigate through when it's like that. Right, Sonia's here.
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? I know the placebo effect, right? The placebo effect is something along the lines of, like, you know, that even if you are giving, you think you're like, if you're sick or something, and you think you are being given a pill which actually does nothing, it's like a sugar pill or something like that, and because of the fact that you think it's gonna work, it actually helps, you know? I'm pretty sure there's something, the placebo effect is something along those lines, because I remember it, I think I saw it in Scrubs or something like that. What is the nocebo effect though? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking a fake medicine that you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions. If the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? It's because of this virtual world, right? This is not the real world, but because it felt like we were, you know, because we were in here for so long, we didn't know we were put into a virtual world to begin with, right? That's probably part of the memory wipe thing as well. So we don't remember, because once again, there's this transition, you know, from arriving in Hope Peak Academy, blacked out, and then we're at Jabberwock Island, which is now, I think it's safe to say that it was a virtual world that we are currently still in. But yeah, it's just like the brain thinks that, oh, because it looks real, we don't know that we were put in a fake world, virtual world, so it's real to us. So the brain thinks it's real too.
Huh? Oh my.
Why was she surprised by that?
I am not sure. I do not fully understand.
What the heck? She's having something similar like Hajime too. Like they said something and I'm kind of unaware of it. What the heck? Anyway, I think there was a door here, yeah. Which we can't go through. Where the fuck do we go through then? I see this, but there's a classroom. Okay, the classroom is there.
The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear.
Alright, 1B. It's in black and white. Big objects. The clock above. Let's start with that. Even if I know what time it is right now, what good would that do for me? I don't know. I could click in it, so that's why I did it.
Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is this? In the moment I looked at that object.
Don't tell me it's a Tetris block. Oh my god. Binary code.
Chihiro! Oh my god, is it? Oh my god, what was it called? What was it called? Alter Ego! That's what it was called. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program.
She definitely, or he, right? He definitely had some. I mean, it said the ultimate program helped create the Neo World program. So, yeah, Chihiro is definitely a part of it.
A person? A floating person is talking to me. Who is this? No. Is this even a person in the first place? I am not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program? I'm the master program behind the Neo World program. I am responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys, observer. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything. Virus. I'm supposed to be managing.
Huh. So is the person that's also controlling Monokuma the person that put a virus on this Neo World program?
And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on! My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it. It's that feeling from earlier again. This floating. Like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence.
That's the thing, because we've now, I feel like that I think that's why Sonia sort of mentioned the placebo and nocebo effect, right? It's the fact that before we had no idea that it was a fake, that we're in a fake world, that we're in a virtual world. But the moment we're being told that, the moment we become aware of it, the moment our brain knows, the effect that the quote-unquote placebo had, the placebo effect starts to wear off. And I feel like that's what's happening right now, and that's why Hajime is just not feeling the same anymore ever since then.
Hey, you know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World Program? The Neo World Program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, the only data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry. I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World Program. Aww. Most of its words. I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world.
That's true, it would make a lot more sense.
Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality, all the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World Program used for in the first place? The Neo World Program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here, and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World Program.
So I think with the help of this Neo World Program, they want to create, ultimate hope students in a sense as well. Basically, I mean, if you were to just put it in crude terms, just adding more, I don't look at them as just simply foot soldiers, but it's kind of just expanding the quote-unquote army that hope has to combat against despair, right? It sort of feels like that.
With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories from any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right. We did lose our memories.
Okay, so it makes sense this is how we lost our memories, right? But the fact that its alter ego in this program seems to hint, not necessarily. I mean, is it for certain that Chihiro created alter ego at Hope's Peak Academy? Because it could be just a pet project, before he entered Hope's Peak Academy, Chihiro, and that he was part of this as well and helped create this program before. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely possible that the AI that was on that laptop at Hope's Peak Academy helped create the Neo World Program. It's possible, but didn't he get crushed? I mean, we thought he was dead, but it turns out he wasn't. So yeah, I don't think, AIs probably don't die that easily. Especially an awesome one like Alter Ego that was created by the Ultimate Programmer. So, The thing is just I'm trying to wonder is like did it because I'm trying to think of now, right? Is how did the memories exactly get deleted for Makoto and all the other main cast members of Danganronpa 1? Like, did it happen in the same way through this program or not? Most likely not. Well, that just depends on when this program was created, right? But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Putting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm fairly certain that this is just this was created because it said it was in an unfinished state as well, right? It's still experimental. So I feel like it's just like, oh shit, we despair, you know? Hope was just in a desperate situation, so they threw us, the students that they experimented on, which is basically us, in this program even before it was completely finished, just due to the situation called for it. There was just a rush, a necessity. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us. But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. Oh, this is the more human part of, like, really. This is a similar part that Chihiro had as well, you know? Always a bit disappointed or sad when he couldn't help out. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Oh no, what? 2 monitors, which I'm assuming is Monami and Monokuma. Yeah, they're disguised as a teacher and one of the students. Okay, never mind. Okay. So that's just Chiaki and Monami then. Yeah, okay. Fuck, why would it be Monokuma? Because the thing it's like I'm questioning, right? It's always like, we're always wondering, is the Future Foundation our ally or not, or something, you know? Because something definitely happened with Monokuma, so I was thinking maybe it was all part of the plan to add Monokuma into this program as well, but it doesn't seem like it. I mean, it makes more sense that Monokuma infiltrated in this program or whatever, you know, and uploaded the virus to be able to come onto here or whatever. But yeah, okay, the disguise were just Monami and Chiaki. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. You shouldn't have given it to her in only this form of a magic staff. If the staff or stick breaks, then like she loses all of her power. That's a bit weird. But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they deemed the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What? What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player.
I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. She's probably talking about Monokuma Rock and the funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpassed this Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it! What the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating! But how did that virus infect the Neo World program? The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it.
Oh god. So it has to be like someone, you know, from who was working for the Future Foundation. And considering the emails that it sent, you know, the emails that we read, this is an act of treason. It seems Makoto is the one that did it, or the survivors did it. What the heck?
Physically?
Because it has to have been some sort of, you know, traitor or person that commits treason to be able to do it. It has to have been an inside job, definitely. Or someone snuck in, but I feel like it's makes more sense if it's an inside job and it was Makoto, because otherwise what act of treason would they be referring to?
Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility? But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it! What am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie?
Jockey and Monami, observers. If we weren't sure before, their silhouettes definitely confirm it. Neo World program.
But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too.
A limit?
If I took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer.
Rules of an observer.
Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure. And...
Hey, come on now.
Okay, even if you're just a god in a machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and,
oh my fucking god,
accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your death, 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 death.
hey,
Death, death to everyone.
oh my god, so much death. Okay, calm down, Monokuma. What the fuck, man?
Makoto! What the heck? What just happened?
Your right there. Aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? It's Makoto? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Oh god. So it doesn't necessarily have to be broadcasted. Maybe Makoto and stuff were just watching from the monitors of the Neo World program. I don't know. The things you guys were forced to do. We were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. So if this really is Makoto, he's basically saying that it wasn't him that put the virus. Well, okay, not necessarily. He could be saying that he put the virus on there, but then the moment he tried to take us out, you know, the virus is still in control. So he put the virus on there, but he took no precautions or didn't know how to take the virus off. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. It looks like this guy can't even hear or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? I hope Makoto is still our ally. Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I wasn't sure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037? 11037? That's the number we found in Nezumi Castle! The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, we were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the change was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role wouldn't be able to go to. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret we know. Someone close to me. Oh my god. Oh. Nostalgia is just kicking in. Left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? That you kind of did the same thing for us? His intention was to also leave the same password or code there in case we were in a dilemma? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair, using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean
He has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario, where an observer who has the role of a teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. As Kayao blah blah 8 number blah blah Keem. No, not fucking Keemstar. Yashi Baba death. Okay. Fuck you, Monokuma. Why does he gotta I mean, yeah.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime! What was that weirdness just now? It seems like that you know, that whole conversation with Makoto is something that Monokuma himself, or I'm not sure if Monokuma is directly the virus, but it certainly seems like it. But it was unaware of what happened. It seems to have bypassed the virus for a minute or two. But the way that Makoto was talking, or made it seem like he definitely thought he was our ally, right? But so I feel like if he betrayed the Future Foundation, or if he went rogue, if he committed treason, I feel like it must have been for a reason that he thinks that Future Foundation isn't as good as they're saying they are, or something, or just a conflict in ideas or something like that. Because the way Makoto seemed to was talking, if that is Makoto, like, you can put a silhouette there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's him, of course. But I'd like to think it's Makoto. But yeah, the way that he was talking, it's just... I guess it's still Makoto because of the code. Not many people know that, but yeah. Well, I guess, no, never mind. The people that watched the broadcast of Danganronpa 1, you know, all the people, the outside world knew that too, so I guess. But nevertheless, let's just assume that it's Makoto, right? But yeah, just the way that he was talking, and in general, I had to feel that he was our ally. So... is the Future Foundation then bad? Oh god. Nothing really. I see.
Anyway.
Oh well. Anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The thing that we've always done? Survive class trials? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? I feel like the thing about the truth being a lie, it's more like it's I don't know, I just feel like it's this whole constant struggle of knowing who exactly is the bad guy and who exactly is the good guy. So therefore, you know, believing Future Foundation is the good guy and then it ends up being the bad guy. Like, I feel like that's maybe just, you know, the thing that we think is really a lie. We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still,
do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? Yes, the whole world probably depends on it. If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037. Shutdown sequence. I think that's pretty much it for here. Yeah. Let's leave. Don't know where the hell we're going. Of course. Of course.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Plunge.
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy. See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I just need to focus on that. Red door, it's gotta be right here, of course, and yeah. So, graduation exam, I'm guessing it's gonna be at least somewhat similar to class trials, so I'll be taking a similar approach to that as well in terms of videos, depending on how long it lasts, of course. But yeah, holy shit. I just can't freaking wait to dive into this, so fuck. Let's just freaking start. I mean, well, one thing I actually do want to mention was about the graduation exam, right? Is that it seems that what Makoto said is that, you know, the goal was for all of us to gather hope fragments and then attend or take this graduation exam inside the ancient ruin. That was the goal. But, like, what is the graduation exam exactly? Because the thing that could have happened, like, I thought maybe Makoto uploaded the virus of Monokuma onto the Neo World program, but I think he may have done that, and then, or at least I think this is a possibility, that he uploaded that program onto the Neo World program, or the Monokuma virus, we'll call it. He uploaded that with the intention of it being sort of the final boss, you know, that only that Monokuma figure, virus, whatever, would be inside the ancient ruin as sort of this final boss to test our true hope, see if we can defeat it with all of us after we have gathered the hope fragments, and then, you know, if we defeat Monokuma as the graduation exam, well, bam, we graduate, we pass. I feel like it could be that, but because this whole program and everything was still in an experimental state, the virus actually did way more damage, or actually it just freaking took control over everything, right? I feel like that is a possibility, because Makoto definitely said that this graduation exam isn't just something that Monokuma made up. It was already in place and part of Makoto's plan back then already. So, could be that. Anyway, let's end the video here. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. In the next video, we're gonna start the freaking graduation exam. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I definitely freaking am. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.